Hello. My name is Deva Watson. I'm an art teacher at Southwest Leadership Academy Charter School. Yes, it has the longest name ever. I am an art teacher, and I'm only one person. I had spent 12 years working in the restaurant industry, and when you have to transition into being an adult, it's a very confusing process because you only know cooks, yes, chef, hands, got it, and you don't really know any other language. So when you have to pick a theme of an art classroom, especially dealing with K-8 art children, I said, call me chef, in taking the role of Michael Somonov of Zahav. I said, yeah, call me chef, it's no problem. And the kids kind of bought it, and this role-playing game really worked. So kids were thinking like, Van Gogh, I don't really understand why Starry Night is so important. And I said, well, listen, you know what? We won't go there. We're going to go into restaurants. So I said, we're going to look at restaurants as art forms because the culinary arts do mean something. So I asked fresh artists to say, hey, can you allow me to do this brilliant idea where I take underprivileged children into restaurants, have them make art from food? So I had to call all the best chefs and say, hey, remember that really long shift that I worked for you that I shouldn't have had to do for 12 hours? I need you to cook for some underprivileged children and not feel bad about it. So, but they did, and Michael Somonov and Kevin Spraga and, pretty much Eli Collins of Pub and Kitchen said, yeah, we're totally on board. So it starts with a still life, and kids look at these still lifes and think of the chef's signature dish. So you have to think of all the ingredients that make the dish successful. So we said, okay, hey Eli, my chef, please make a dish that my kids will like. And the students start drawing the still life that you see right here. This is them at Will BYOB last year. This is French Laundry Kitchen that I give them all of these crazy names that they have no idea what it is. But they buy into it because French Laundry, California, no problem. We know who it is. So they tour the kitchen. Behind any great chef is a whole team of great people. So they get that team mentality that they've been looking for. This is El Bulli. They're at La Croix, and they really got them on board with thinking of that mentality. Then the students enjoy the chef's signature dish with the chef. So they think, hey, Greg Vernick, yeah, I totally love Arctic char. I've never tried that before in my lifetime. And, you have students that totally agree with and buy into, hey, I don't want to eat McDonald's every day, but I want the opportunity of not feeling frightened going into a really fancy restaurant. So we have Mike Persico and Neil Santos that take a really high-res image, and then my students take that back to my art classroom where I yell at them like Gordon Ramsay to, produce artwork. And I say, listen, you gotta do your work, and the pressure's on. This is Larry. He's creating his Pub and Kitchen still life. I work there on weekends, and I said, if you don't make the most beautiful still life, I'm gonna kill you. But they actually, for a 12-year-old, create really beautiful masterpieces. And it's one of those things where if you give a kid an opportunity, they will actually produce great things for you. I have 90% of my kids are on, free and reduced lunch, and they've never had anything better than, the sloppy seconds of whatever that meatloaf is. So we actually have a big art show. It's coming up on Tuesday. Last year we closed Lebec Finn, and I've never been to Lebec Finn until I brought 30 of my underprivileged students with me. And now this year we're going to the Drexel Culinary and Hospitality Wing to say, hey, if you want to this is what it looks like to be a culinary student. This is what it looks like to be an art student, and here's the place that you do it. This is Linus. He's probably one of my favorite kids, and you can't have favorites, but I do. And he produced one of the most beautiful things for me, and he became the Chef's Choice winner, where you get a private dinner at Cook with a guest chef. This is Michael Somonov talking to kids about hummus, and they had no idea what hummus was. But it's one of those really great experiences where any educator wants to do three things: attract, engage, and inspire. I attracted kids into role-playing, into believing that I was an actual chef, which is totally not true. I'm a server, and I go, hi, I'm cute, here's your food. Engage, where it was saying hey, if you want to make beautiful artwork, people will buy it. And they bought into that, and inspire them to want it more than their sloppy lunch that they have, and also want more from their art programs. But they don't really just inspire, I don't just inspire them. They inspire me to come to work every single day and work for them. And when you have a kid go, I didn't realize that, art, was food, but the food in the hood ain't art. Or when you have a kid emailing you for an art crit on Christmas Eve when you're spending time with your family saying, hey, is my La Croix still life okay? And you have to go, well, you need more highlights in this area. And you look for that. That's when you know that you've done the three things that you set out to do. attract, engage, and inspire. And I'm lucky enough to do that for 528 students every day, once a week. Thank you.